Hey everybody. We need to talk about trash. When building a house or pretty much anything, you're going to end up with a lot of waste. Some people end up with 20% of whatever they build as waste, 30%, could be higher, could be lower, could be zero. It just depends. It all comes down to planning. But one of the things that we have found out is that there's always some type of waste. There's always going to be something. So what do we do with all of that? So there's a few different things, and I want to start posting plans on that of what to do with waste, because I find that it's very useful to do something with it rather than burn it, throw it in the trash, whatever. And also, I think that it would be good for you guys out there that, you know, these little projects that I just kind of come up with, if you guys had plans to do those types of things in your garage. Here's a few examples. We end up with a lot of waste, right? So this is just, you know, this was a stud once upon a time, where we basically cut these into strips. So these strips actually can use, if you want to cut them down, you can put them on a wedge and shim. I use these as spacers to lift things up while I'm assembling. That way it basically gives me a flat surface that I can assemble things. So I just kind of cut these random things, and then eventually you can basically build stuff like this. So this is just 3/4 inch, 3 by 3/4 inch little pieces that I've collected that I glued up into a frame for something that's a little bit more heavy duty than this. So everybody's always seen these types of things, you know, at IKEA or whatever. They are a very specific size. They fit in the IKEA bookshelves. You know, they're useful. Now, durability goes, no, they're not durable at all. They're actually junk. So by the time the kids fill these with toys and games or whatever, they start to fall apart. This one, surprisingly, well, yeah, I mean, you can see it's starting to fall apart. And so you can see the weaving is starting to fall apart. Anyway, idea is to do something like this with a heavy wood frame that basically you could put something heavy on this and it'll support the weight. This, it'll collapse. We've gone through, I think, 2 or 3 different sets of these things. They're ridiculous. So we're not gonna do that anymore. So one of the other things that you can do is, my wife is notorious for taking things to school and then they don't come back. So step stools. So this is just 2x4s, and then I had some leftover plywood. Just put a step stool together. It's construction screws, reinforced, you know, these types of things there. So again, simple. Okay, so we end up with a lot of like little oak, maple, you know, a few other things. These are like good hardwoods. These are like, you know, these little scraps and stuff. I hold on to those too. Eventually I'll get enough of them that I'll get like 2 or 3 different kinds of wood, and I'll actually put together, I don't know, chessboards, something, you know, instead of throwing these in the trash. I mean, some of this stuff was growing for 50 years. This stuff's older than I am. So why would I want to go burn it or throw it in the trash? Last but not least, shop stools. Okay. This, for anybody who has a garage, a back porch, something, this is the cheapest method of trying to just get something to sit on. And I'm also going to post a few photos of this as well, or not photos, I'm going to post some plans. And then I'm going to record a video showing you guys how I put these together, because basically all this is a couple 2x4s and some screws. Now, the one that you're sitting on right now is actually doweled, which is a little bit more intricate. But if you could build a stool, according to Christopher Schwartz at the Lost Art Press, who runs a shop in, I think, Kentucky, if you can build a stool, you can build a chair. So you start with the stool and the stool seat, yeah, flat top, some legs. You get the dimensions down, you get the angles down, and this is something that's relatively simple to build. And then if you start doweling them with this kind of thing right here, start doweling, and then you start getting into the realm of fine furniture. It's a dangerous drug, guys. I'm telling you right now.